the desktop app. Here you have all your colleagues collected under Contacts in the first tab. We use profiles to show if you're available or not, and for how long. Here you can see that Ethan has left for the day and that Alex is available, indicated by the green dot next to his picture. If someone were to be red, it means that they're busy in a call, just like Emma here. You can sync your contacts, calendar, and working hours from your Google or Microsoft account with your profile. You'll turn unavailable when in a scheduled meeting or outside working hours. You could also manually set another profile from the list or create your own and choose for how long it will be active. The availability profiles are also used by our system to decide if you're able to accept calls either external, for example from customers waiting in a queue, or internal, from your colleagues. Under the Messages tab, a big part of your internal communication is collected. From here you can send and receive chat messages, either as a direct or a group message. There's also a function called Public Rooms that allows us to create niche rooms for internal smooth communication. You could, for example, collect all Marvel enthusiasts in one room. In every chat room there's a video meeting room. You can either connect to the room with your device through Join Meeting or through a shared PIN or QR code. Let's dig into PBX services. I can set up rules that automatically sign me into a queue when my profile's set to available. So what does that mean? Under Queuing Systems, you can see that I'm available. A queuing system distributes incoming calls based on a preset logic, named Call Strategy, to a number of members who participate in each queue. If I go to a meeting that sets my profiles as unavailable, I will automatically get signed out. I can manually log myself into this queue as well. Let's see what happens if we get an inbound call as I'm currently logged into this queue. So now somebody is calling. The amount of calls in the queue will be shown here, and I can answer incoming calls from here. If I want to transfer this call back to the queue, I can do so as blind or attended. If I transfer it blind, the recipient will see the inbound caller's number. If I transfer it as attended, the recipient will be able to see my number. I could also transfer the call to a specific colleague. So if I transfer the call to Victor, it's the same thing. I can transfer it blind or as attended. During the latter, I will be able to talk to Victor before completing my transfer. The web and mobile app looks and feels exactly the same. Here you can see we have an ongoing call. It's the same ongoing call as in the desktop. And you can transfer the call to your colleagues blind or as attended from the mobile app as well. I can also transfer it back under the PBX tab, back to the queue. I'm going to transfer blind this time. Now the call got transferred. Here you can mark the call as handled. This is a great function for you and your supervisor, who now can see that the call has been handled. In this view, you get insightful statistics and you can see who answered the call, how long they talked for, and how long the customer had to wait. If you're on the move, you can see all live statistics from the mobile app, the answer ratio, the average waiting time, the average talk time, as well as the service level. Here, a supervisor can log people in and out of the mobile app as well. You can also open and close the whole queue. Under the Settings tab, there are more settings options that enable further customization. For example, changing the opening hours or the call strategy. Call strategy is where an administrator or supervisor can choose how the calls are going to be distributed amongst members of the queue. Whether you want everyone to receive incoming calls or if you want it to be randomized or prioritized. The sound management of your queues are easily handled here as well. Update your welcome message or waiting music at any time with a few clicks. There's more customization possibilities under the Settings tab. For example, you can choose calling method and ringtone under Telephony and Audio, or which number to show when placing outbound calls under Caller ID. You can choose a hidden number, your support number, or your sales number. In this case, when I'm calling as available, I will always show the support number. Under incoming calls, you can easily set up what you want to happen in different scenarios of inbound calls, even down to detail, thanks to the different profile settings. Under the History tab, you have all your calls documented under the categories of All, Missed, and Voicemail. Here you can listen to the recorded voicemails directly in the app, and you can also choose to get the voicemails transcribed and emailed to you by a bot, which is correct most of the time, and when he's struggling to hear the words, we promise you a good laugh. Another powerful function is that you can choose to record the calls. This can be very helpful if you need to document agreements with customers over the phone. That's it from me. If you liked what you saw, contact us today.